How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kai here. Today I'm bringing you a brand new video. It is a Let's Talk Gears 5 video. This is going to be sort of weird and sort of new, but I hope you guys enjoy. The date is currently September 5th. It is 10 in the morning. It is around 11 hours before the early access of Gears 5 drops. And I wanted to bring this video today just sort of discussing, where I want Gears 5 to go and how I want it to happen type thing. I've been wanting to do videos for months discussing where and how and what I think the story and the way in which the game will go once it drops, and I've just never got around to doing it. So I thought, why not a perfect time before the game releases, literally the day it releases, sort of, make a video to then look back on and see if it fulfills sort of my hopes and my sort of emotions, I guess, my sort of like wants and needs. So we're going to jump straight into this. We're going to go straight into the tech test. Overall, the tech test was a success. I wanted to make a video on it before, as I said. I think it was different. I think it was a good different. The tech test really did show sort of the boundaries between Gears 4 and Gears 5, past Gears, and where the Coalition want Gears to go, if that makes sense. It was different, but overall it was a good different. It felt good. It didn't feel clunky, it didn't feel rushed. It was only little details that the game sort of had, which is obviously it's going to have because it's a test, it's a tech test, it's a beta. It's a trial, it's not the full release, which we will get our hands on later today and, throughout whenever this video comes out. Like, from the time in which this is made to whenever, we will have different updates and different trials and stipulations of the game. But overall, the tech test did really show what the multiplayer holds. It has a lot of potential. It has a lot of, unique ways of playing. The movement for a tech test, it felt really good. Like, the only sort of thing that I would say about it is probably the wall bouncing, which, I only just learned how the wall bounce on Gears 4. If you've been watching my content, then you can see the differences from when I started to where I am now, and obviously it's just going to take time. And these things will take time, and this is what I don't want people to start, overreacting about, is that this game will take time and find time to sort of get where it needs to be. It will take time and take different updates for, different weapon tunings and feelings and movement and map updates before it's at its full potential. The potential to succeed is there for the multiplayer, not just with King of the Hill and TDM and, the new Escalation, which, in my opinion, I don't like. I prefer the old Escalation, and don't think I'm really going to be playing this new Escalation as much, unless there's challenges to play it, which then I'll have to play it. But in my opinion, no, I prefer the old Escalation. The views on my views on the maps from the tech test, Training Grounds and District, I think I prefer Training Grounds. It's a lot more my style, a lot more sort of like closed in my opinion. District, there was too many lanes and too many ways and too many battles going on in different areas, while in sort of Training Grounds you knew where the battles were going to be taking place, either up in the towers or up in the lookout area, or even behind the lookout area where the heavy weapons of like the snow machine, I've got the name of the weapon because obviously it's been a while, but like the snow machine where that spawned, or down below in between the two towers on the close side where like the grenade launcher Lancer would spawn. But overall, yeah, I think the tech test will sort of be the statement. I don't think that's the final way that the game is going to feel, but overall, yeah, I think the multiplayer has a lot of promise. You think as well, we got the new mode Escape, which I cannot wait to get my hands on. Me and my friends, we can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Obviously, map builder as well. I was a big Forge guy back in the day on Halo. So building my own maps to sort of torment my friends, I'm going to really enjoy that. Hopefully it's easy to do and fun to do. But, I just wanted to sort of talk about the multiplayer before we move on to campaign. because I am a big multiplayer guy for Gears. I reached really up 11 on Gears 4, so it's going to be fun to do it all again. Hopefully, the challenges that come in, week out, aren't, rinse and repeat and boring. Hopefully there's good challenges and we all enjoy it. But yeah, we're going to move into campaign now. And my sort of hopes and feelings on the campaign, there's two separate things here. There's hopes and feelings in general as a video game fan, but then there's hopes and feelings as a way in which I want the story to go. So I don't know how to separate these, and I apologize in advance if I end up repeating myself. But overall for the Gears 5 campaign, I sort of want, there's been confirmations of open world and sort of, a new balance to Gears, and apparently from reviews it's the shake-up that the campaign needed, which I'm all for. Hopefully it's going in a correct direction, a good direction. I really want Gears overall to succeed. I want it to be a sort of like, I want it to earn the respect that it deserves, and Gears has always produced, besides Judgment, has always produced a good campaign. And I feel like, Rob Ferguson, he talks about Gears 4 being their sort of like teaser to earn everyone's trust. I think they did that. I think they earned everyone's trust, but there's obviously more to do. So with Gears 5 campaign, I really want to be thrown in the deep end, if that makes sense. With Gears 1 and Gears 2, it sort of pasted the story. It sort of started the story. We were thrown into the war of the Locust v Humans. We started in the war, while in Gears 5 and Gears 4, we are in the start of a war. So there's going to be a lot of differences. But with the way in which Gears 1 and Gears 2 sort of set the mantle place, was that they had a clear direction. And I know there's a lot of like mystery that needs to go into a campaign that make it enjoyable and fun, but they sort of had a clear direction of where the game was going, who the threat was, everything like that. And that's why I think Gears 5 really needs to like step up and show us, is we need a clear idea of who the enemy is. Like, we know it's the Swarm, but we need to know who the leader. We need a face to the enemy. We need a face, and we need someone who we can go fight and go kill and go argue with or whatnot. Because in Gears 1 and Gears 2, you had Queen Mira. Although she wasn't present in Gears 1, she still had the dialogues with General Rahm as he basically gunned down Delta Squad and like killed Kim.
I am pleased with our progress. I understand they have located another squad. Our strategy remains the same. Cut off the head of the snake, and the body dies. We will win this war. It's only a matter of time.
She also had her monologues at the end of Gears 1, where you saw Mira on the giant bug. Then, on top of that as well, Gears 2, she was present there, like in her physical form and everything. There was always talk about a queen from the start of Gears 2 onwards. And yeah, she became the face of the Locust. And that's where I feel like Gears 5 will try and deliver this, and they need to deliver it in the right way, because so far the game has really just been talked about and pushed about, sort of like teasing Kate becoming the new queen or the new villain because of her so-called heritage with Queen Mira, by the fact that her necklace is her grandmother's and she never met her and it's a locust symbol. Or on the front that, all the trailers are showing it's bound by blood, and it's showing her covered in like swarm or locust blood and everything, and how she's waking up in pods and having the nightmares, and have the seamlessly has the connection to the Swarm like Mira had with Rahm or Scourge or anyone like that. So, and plus as well, the E3 2019 trailer, they showed you know, the swarm sort of taking over Kate's body, and for a glimpse, like a really short shimmer, she became Queen Mira. Like, she smiled and Queen Mira got projected onto her. So there's a lot of connection there between obviously Kate and the swarm, but they need to deliver it in the right way. They can't keep going about sort of pushing Kate as the bad guy to then pull it out from under under our feet to be like, oh no, it's some random person that we don't know. I know there's been a lot of talk about Niles, the AI from Gears 2, potentially being the bad guy, and about how he's put his consciousness into the Swarm Zerker that we see in the trailer or something like that. But however they do it, I hope they do it well. Obviously, from a fan's point of view, I hope Kate doesn't become evil. Like, that's too cliche, if that makes sense. Like, she goes over the line, kills Marcus or something like that, becomes evil. That's how JD gets pissed off, and they end up having some massive fight or something in Gears 6. But obviously I'm thinking too far ahead. But overall, you know, with Gears 5, I believe they are going to deliver this in the sense that you can see the similarities already between 2 and 5. You know, it's the start of the struggle of the war. Gears 2, they were struggling to survive. Gears 5, it looks like they're going to struggle to survive with the fact that they aren't ready for a war. It's only been like 25 years since the end of the Locust War. But on top of that as well, you need to think that with Gears 2, they sort of went into the Hollows to go find the Queen, to go find the answers, to go find the villain. With Gears 5, Kate and Del from the trailers look like they're going to go explore the New Hope facility, possibly the sunken ruins of Jacinto, the giant worm skeleton, which is going to be awesome. So you can obviously see the similarities in the sense that they're looking for answers and they will find it. So that's the sort of similarities between uncovering the truth between the two games and whatnot. So hopefully they do it in their own way. Hopefully it's not like a carbon copy of Gears 2. That's the last thing I want, and sorry if anyone's interpreted it like that. It's just sort of how I'm just trying to see how the story goes. But obviously, I just hope the game goes well. I hope the campaign has a great story, and, you know, there's talk about it being over 20 hours long, which I don't mind. And I hope the open world works well as well. I hope it's not just a Destiny in the sense. Like, that's no offense to Destiny. I love Destiny back in the day. But I hope that it's not just a weird open world. And I hope if there is personal customizations, it works sort of like Halo Reach in a sense. And, you know, you can make your own sort of way you look and everything. If there is that sort of customization thing. If there isn't, then, you know, hopefully it sticks to Gears. Hopefully it doesn't go too far off of Gears. But my overall view of this campaign, like, story-wise, I want to see a shake-up. I want to see something that we don't expect happening. But overall, do I think there will be a major death? Part of me feels like Marcus, because, come on. Although my guy looks younger than he did in Gears 4, he's been fighting for a long time now. The end of the Pendulum Wars to the Locust War to now live a life like 25 years without a fight, to then bring up a kid, to lose his wife, to now be in another war. At some point, you know, he's got to be like, enough's enough. I know he still looks like a heavy boy, and he looks like he can go on for a while. There's got to be a moment where, you know, he's got to sort of take down his mantle. It's kind of the same thing with Halo. You can't have Chief forever. There's got to be a moment where the mantle gets passed and they need to sort of cement who the face of Gears is going to be next, which is obviously, this game is Kate and everything. The story in the last game was about, you know, 3 lost kids in the night with the monsters type thing. But they need to sort of cement who the face of Gears will be going forward, because Marcus will eventually come to his end. Same thing with Cole or Baird. Like, I feel like maybe Cole may die as well or something. There may be a big death in that sense, because you think about Baird, he's integral to the new cogs, like mechanics and everything like that. And, you know, he's got his own lab. He basically looks like Adam Phoenix in the sense that he's got his long white scientist coat type thing, everything like that. So he's integral to how Sarah's grown over the past 25 years and how the people are living. But on top of that, you know, maybe someone in the new squad may die. Like, you know, I'm guessing from the 2018 E3 trailer when Kate's crying Oscar has died. But on top of that, I can see someone like Del dying. Because you look at the main three of that group. You got JD, you got Kate, and you got Del. I feel like Del may die because, you know, JD's connected in a big way because he's the son of the great Marcus Phoenix. Kate won't die because she's the connection between the Swarm and the Locust and the Cog. So she's got this triangle going on of how she's connected. But then Del, he's just sort of there. He's kind of like, looks like from the trailers, he's the bridge between Kate and JD, because for whatever reason, as we've seen, they've grown apart and basically not hate each other, just sort of like a lot of anger's there, like something's happened. But, you know, sort of to try and bring them back together, you could see Del getting in the crossfire or something, or maybe Kate loses her mind and kills him or something like that. But overall, I don't know. Like, the sort of way in which I can see this game ending is one or two ways. Is either this whole Kate becoming the villain thing happens and she ends up killing certain people or betraying or whatnot. As we can see, the Hammer of Dawn's coming back, so it'll be interesting how they use that as well. But on top of that as well, you can either see the game ending with, you know, the Swarm Zerker Niles theory coming to fruition and he tries to get his hands on Kate or something like that, and, you know, he rules the Swarm from that side. But this overall, guys, yeah, I'm excited. I may look back on this with some cringe and I may look back on this being completely wrong, but overall I think I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to bringing you guys the content. I will be trying to ship out as much content as I can with campaign or character reviews or multiplayer gameplay. So definitely, if you guys watch this video and haven't been sort of bored by it, click the link below and check out my Twitch channel. I'll be doing a lot of gear streams over there, a lot of long ones as well. So yeah, if you're new around here, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.